Hey friends, it's Angie from The Floor Season 2. I hope you'll join me this year for my new podcast on the Hopecast Network, Reality Redux, with Angie and friends, where what's old is new again, and, well, what's new is new. We take a look at some OG reality TV with a fresh take. We also revisit with some past competitors and contestants. We're going to start with Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, and when it debuts, we'll do weekly recaps of The Floor Season 3. You don't want to miss it.
This is the Hopecast Network. Stories and shows you actually want to listen to.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, take a seat and relax as we take you on another journey through another movie torture. Let's join Brad as he follows MTD and tries to become a cop in the underworld. Angie bought some new pets, but are they really non-venomous? And Jacob as he is trying to press his luck by saying well, I better just not say that a third time. Let's jump right into Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
What's happening, Jacob?
What's going on?
Do you got a stuttering problem? You said Beetlejuice Beetlejuice. I was like, what's happening here, man?
It's called Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
Oh my gosh!
It's not Beetlejuice 2. It's Beetlejuice Beetlejuice.
I would be remiss if I didn't bring up your cool new mic, Angie. Jacob has a cool new mic. His is like white as snow.
It is. It's like glowing.
Yeah.
Did you spray paint that with a matte finish for the holiday season, or is
I
that?
did not. That's how it came out of the box.
It's fancy. It's fancy stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really bright, Angie. We almost need sunglasses just to look over at Jacob right now.
A little bit.
I'm working on the camera situation, which will fix that. But hey, for now, I'll take that bright mic.
I feel like we should be in a ZZ Top song where we're all putting our shades on right now.
100%. Yes.
That's right.
Okay, Jacob, you been doing good, man? How you been?
I have been great. It's been fantastic. Things have been good. How about you, Brad?
I have been amazing. I'm up in Minnesota, as you can tell. I'm not freezing tonight.
Yeah.
So there's that.
On the jacket.
Yeah, I'm not. I've got my Angie. Well, before I bring my shirt up, I do want to say we have the newest member to the movie, and it's Angie. Who I'm not. She's from the floor, but I want to say Angie from Reality Redux on the Hopecast Network. So if you love Angie and you love Jacob and you love Kara, you can download Kara's episode right now, you're going to love Reality Redux. Angie, tell us a little bit about Reality Redux really fast.
Absolutely. And you're right. I do need to change my tagline down there because as fans of the floor might know, we wrapped up and the season finale was last week. So I'm on to new and interesting endeavors. One of them is Reality Redux, and it's a pod that re-examines some OG reality TV. With kind of our fresh take on it. We're looking at shows that have been rebooted, shows that have been long running. And our first stop's going to be Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares. He actually canceled that show himself about 10 years ago. And they just resuscitated it last year. And the new season 9 will be running up here in January. So we're going to have some fun with that. And then, of course, we're going to do some weekly recaps of The Floor Season 3 to keep up with that awesome format and basically just take a look at some really fun reality TV this year. It's going to be good.
Okay, could you imagine, Angie and Jacob, an episode of Kitchen Nightmares where Beetlejuice runs a restaurant and Gordon Ramsay shows up and he's like, "What are you doing here? This is crap." And he's like, "Hey, man, I'm just over here running a restaurant. You know what I'm saying over here?" You know, it's fast talking. That would be probably more entertaining than this movie.
And then Beetlejuice just haunts him and his whole family for taking down his restaurant.
Yes, he the whole movie is Beetlejuice tracking down Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, the health department would not.
Oh my gosh! And then they got that scene where the health department comes in and Beetlejuice is going, "Daylight come and you wanna go home." And you're just like,
And they have some thematic elements, like some coconut cream
gosh.
pie. Having a good time with that theme would be pretty interesting, I would think. Yeah.
That would be.
Laura in the chat says, or he owns a juice bar. Did you see the juice running a juice bar?
That would be fantastic.
Beetlejuice, that would be excellent because he could capitalize on the insect protein trend, right? And instead of cricket protein, beetle
That's
protein,
true.
it'd be pretty interesting. I don't think Gordon would go for it, but I'd give it a shot.
I'd love to just be a hidden, like a fly on the wall when Gordon gets the letter from Beetle, and he's like, "Mr. My name is Mr. Juice. I have a Beetle restaurant, and I need you to come look at it. And this has got to be made up." MTD is in the house, listeners.
What's up, MTD?
We love MTD. And he says, "Hi, Brad." He acknowledges me this time. Sometimes he doesn't even acknowledge me.
He did acknowledge you.
Sometimes he's just like, "Hey, Jacob. Hey, Kara," but he doesn't acknowledge me. But today he goes, "Hi, Brad, Jacob, and a new face, Angie."
Hi, MTD.
So, yeah, we do have to also acknowledge the fan lore that we have in the crowd talking about how professional I look now.
Yeah, but I will say that fan lore sleeps with Jacob, so there is that.
Yes, she does.
It's that.
That's my wife.
That's his wife. Jacob's rocking Angie. Jacob has an MTD bike cop hat on right now.
I saw that insignia on that ball cap. That swag is very interesting. I think fans can purchase similar swag, can't they, Brad?
They can. And there will be some Reality Redux swag in the merch store, Angie, especially your logo with your face, Jacob's face, and Karen's face on it. But if you liked, Angie, he said, "I've acknowledged you for 45 years.
45 years, Brad.
Thank you. If you listen to the Clifford episode, which is, I think, one of our greatest episodes of all time, the sound quality was poor because I had a bad mic, Angie. Wasn't working good. But we created the Half Loaf Love, Angie, in that episode. Angie, we want to know why there's not half loaves for single people. They can go that live alone. They can go to the store, buy a half loaf of bread. You have to stick a whole loaf in there. Nobody wants that. So you can buy your Half Loaf Love sweatshirts. I have it right here. The Half Loaf Love. It's I wore this to work today.
The new way of dating.
There's bakery in St. Louis that sells half loaves at the store, which is kind of sweet, I got to say, but it's not common. I'm with you. There are a lot of single folks out there, living their whole lives with whole loaves, and that's got to be kind of miserable when they got to throw that stuff out.
Yeah, and a bakery, I could see a bakery having it, but you go to a Publix or a grocery store, you ain't getting a half loaf there. It's hard. And I wish if I was single, I could go up to a cashier who was single and she would know I'm buying the half loaf, which is a code. That's code, right, Angie? And I'm single.
For real. I like it. It's a signal.
Laura in the chat says, "I'm rocking my half loaf hoodie, even if I have Jacob." I like that. Yeah, I'm rocking it, and I have a wife. She's probably like, "Why are you wearing that? Why?"
Hey.
Yeah, we got Jeremy. He says, "Yo, what's up?"
What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, Jeremy? Yes, that's Jeremy. Angie, you know Jeremy. He works with me. He is the biggest floor fan outside of you.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I think he ordered a cameo from me for Christmas.
He did?
No, I'm kidding. No, I
was like, wow, Jeremy.
I told him for free. You got first one's free, Jeremy.
That's right.
Get you hooked, and you'll just come back for more.
Come back for more.
Jeremy, here's the way you do. You just create a fake podcast and put Angie on it. That's what you do.
True.
You get all the space time you want.
You get an hour with Angie. She just keeps coming back. Hey. You're not having to pay. Angie is on the cameo, though. She's on the cameo now.
You know what? I've actually gotten requests, Brad. It's kind of a kick. I've gotten 4 people now asking for cameos. I think it's hilarious. I'm I'm having lots of fun with it. So yeah, I had to make the joke to Jeremy, but no, he got his
Well,
for free.
it's funny. Jacob brought this to my attention Friday, and my boss has an 8-year-old who loves the floor. And I was like, I should get Angie to say hey to her. But then I was like, I don't want to ask her when she's pimping a cameo right now. So when you decide not to do a cameo and you want to hook me up with a freebie, it would be nice for this little 8-year-old girl who watches the floor and loves it.
I will hook you up for sure. I think I've set it to the lowest amount you can request. I think it's $10, but I'm donating anything I get from Cameo to my local stray rescue in St. Louis. So it goes to a good cause. But yeah, I'm always here for
Angie, take Brad's money.
For the fans.
Oh my gosh, take Brad's money. Yeah. Okay, let's get to the movie here. We've got a movie that
we need your 1-minute recap.
Okay, first, I'll get to what I want to bring up. This movie we are doing is Beetlejuice Beetlejuice from the year of our Lord 2024. Oh my gosh. Basically, Beetlejuice gets awakened by Winona Ryder's daughter, who I don't understand. Then she meets a guy. They can't show the dad because he's a pedophile now. So they have to skirt around that the whole time. And they go home for a funeral. The mom is obnoxious and Winona Ryder's boring. And they summon Beetlejuice. But now Beetlejuice's ex-wife comes back and she has way more powers than anybody. But at the end, there's really nothing. That gives no payoff. And Beetlejuice is a good guy in this movie. And they have to have Beetlejuice help them in the end. And the girl meets a boy who is, spoiler alert, dead. And he's a murderer. But you don't get enough to even hate the kid. Like, you don't even... And then Beetlejuice ends. And you've wasted almost an hour and 50 minutes of your life.
Yes.
Wow. You know what? That was, props to you, Brad. I didn't think I could hate it more until you just gave us that, around the block and back again and in the gutter, recap. That was well done, sir. That's a lot.
Thank you. I work about 1 second on that. What was you going to say, Jim?
I will give it this one thing, though. They really duped you in because the very start of this movie looks amazing. Like, with Danny DeVito slumping along, cleaning the floors, like you're hooked right away. You're like, okay, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And then
there's not enough DeVito in this movie. First,
no, that's what I'm saying. They hook you in, and you think like, oh my goodness, this is going to be this looks amazing. Like the coloring was amazing. Like just how Danny DeVito was acting was amazing.
Yeah.
And
fun fact, DeVito was in the running to play the original Beetlejuice.
Now that would have been stupid.
One of the actors run for that, so I don't know. It was an interesting cameo, though.
The little juice.
He is small like a beetle, so maybe. MTD, what was the budget and how much did this movie make? I feel like they printed money. This movie was a hit. And I want to bring up the legacy sequels that we are getting right now, because we're getting legacy sequels. We got the National Lampoon's Vacation legacy sequel a few years ago with Ed Helms as Rusty, and that was straight dookie. It was terrible. You don't want to see a Lampoon without Chevy Chase in the lead. That's the mistake.
Yeah,
we get Top Gun, and arguably budget $100 million. I don't understand that anyway, because it looked like it was CGI'd up the rear the whole time. Yep. And you get like Top Gun, which I arguably think is better than the original. I think the new Top Gun was great. Maverick was better. That's one movie I was like, do we really need a Top Gun 2? But we do, because it's really good. Give me a Top Gun 3. I want to see that.
I have to politely disagree from the female perspective. I mean, that volleyball scene alone in the first one, it just puts it over the top. I'm sorry for the ladies out there who I think agree with me. It has St. Louis's own John Hamm in Maverick. So, woo! But no shirtless sand volleyball, Brad. So that was a big bust. I'm just saying. I wasn't on that, but just saying.
Well, John Hamm's in every movie made. So there is that. I mean, he's in every movie.
That's true.
Ghostbusters Afterlife, not terrible,
Not
not
terrible.
great. We've done the
Right.
sequel on here. What was it? Ghostbusters. What was the new one?
Frozen Empire.
We did Frozen Empire. It was dookie.
Yeah, it was.
Worldwide gross $451 million. Oh my gosh, $500 million
But
almost.
that's not surprising to me because this movie, regardless good or bad, people were going to see it just because of the name. It was already going to make money. It was just a way to print money.
It was. You got Rambo, which I watched. That was made many years later. You got. I'm looking. They got the new Karate Kid coming out.
They do.
Origins. That's going to be a hit because I'm going to go watch it. But it's probably going to be a turd. I'm telling you, it's probably not going to be good. And they tried Terminator movies. Those never work either.
There's a new upcoming Superman.
Now that we're excited about, Jacob. Is that a legacy sequel though? I don't necessarily count that as a legacy sequel because I feel like legacy sequels like take 20 years apart and then they drop another movie and you're like, crap, man, it's been 2 decades and I got to watch this movie now.
They took 3 decades to get this right, and I don't think they did. 3 decades.
This was 88 to 24. What is that? 1988 to 24.
Yeah.
24.
But here's the thing.
30 something years, right?
30 some years.
38 years,
37. Did it need to be remade? Did it need to be remade?
36.
I don't think it needed to be remade.
36 years. No, it's the same amount of time I think Top Gun waited in between theirs. When they showed the teaser for this, I was like a kid, so excited to watch Beetlejuice 2. First off, I watched Beetlejuice 100 times as a kid. And I didn't even realize the original Beetlejuice rated PG drops an F-bomb. So you get Beetlejuice saying the F word in a PG movie. I think he said it in this one. I think there's an F-bomb in this one. Angie, is there an F-bomb in this movie? I believe so, there is, yes. They beeped him one time, which was weird.
They did. Because they said it one time and then they beeped it another time because I remember making fun of that. Like, why did you bleep this one? But they probably did it to keep their rating. So they let one go and they're like, all right, we got to bleep the second one.
Just make it R-rated. Who cares? I mean, who cares? But But you get this, like, you see the funeral, it's like, daylight come and you want, and I'm like, oh man, they're just sucking me right back in. But that was it. But I will say the preview, I remember watching the previews before I moved to Minnesota, and I said, I'm excited, but the preview did not make me want to see the movie. It wasn't great. It wasn't cut well, and it had Gena Ortega in it, who I do not like. I don't think she's great. I don't like her.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Tim Burton was drawn on the popularity of Wednesday, which, having a teenage daughter like I do, I was familiar enough with it. Again, there's another kind of retake, right? The Addams Family, let's bring it back again. Let's make it new for new people.
Yeah.
But she's got this resting bee face and looks like she hasn't slept in 10 years. And that's not just like for this movie. There's something about her that I think they were trying to make her into this, kind of, apathetic, surly teenager, which she certainly played off well. But I didn't find her to be similar to Winona's original Lydia, which I think they were trying to parallel. And I didn't find her as likable. I liked Lydia in the original. I liked her. And I didn't find the same feelings here.
Well, you kind of felt sorry for Lydia in the original because she was like stuck there with a stepmom she didn't really care for. She was emo. Right. And she just was this girl. She's a jerk just for jerk's sake.
Jerk.
Yeah, she's a piece of work, and we don't get enough backstory about why she hates her mom so much, why she was such a daddy's girl. Which, by the way, we didn't even need the dad in the movie. To be fair, we can come back to that. But I do know I looked up, and I think this movie cost 4 times the original, and that's in today's dollars. So not 4 times the cost in '88. It's if you adjusted for inflation. What they paid for the first one, it was 4 times that for this.
Yeah.
4 times. It's a lot of money for what I think was not a fantastic production.
See, I'm on the opposite of this because I have it to where the trailer actually made me want to watch the movie. I enjoyed the trailer, especially when Beetlejuice is singing his little love song. I mean, come on, that part was hilarious. I'm like, this is like going to be some classic Beetlejuice.
It
lied
wasn't
to.
classic Beetlejuice.
I was lied to.
It was so not classic.
I was lied to, but
And I'm not pulling the age card, Jacob. But what do you want to reveal your age? What year were you born?
82. I'm 42.
Okay, so you were 6. See, this came out when I was in high school. This was like the it movie for my generation at that time, and there's a lot of nostalgia built into it. And I didn't feel it. I felt nausea, not nostalgia. It just,
I watched this movie when I was 6. I remember this movie. It was one of my favorites.
Good. I'm glad you loved it then. I don't know how you feel now.
I feel like this movie, the original plays a lot on the town that they've got the figurines in the attic. It looks as a kid you wanted one of those in your attic, right? You wanted to have, and there's not enough of that in this movie. This movie, I never thought I'd say this because I find him to be a blowhard. This movie needed Alec Baldwin.
Yes.
It needed Gena Davis. Yes. It needed them back. They dismissed those two as if they're nothing. And they played such an integral part in the first one.
100%. I mean, they were reduced to like one line. I think it's when, Lydia was telling her daughter about what had happened, and she said, "Oh, well, they found a way out." The end. And I'm like,
how did they find their way out? Like, let me see this. Like, I want to know.
Yeah.
And
how did they not bring them back, but they bring back, I'm doing air quotes here for those that can't see, but bring back the dad that they really can't bring back because he's a bad dude and don't want him on camera, so they just chop off half his body, and you're supposed to be like, oh, that's the original.
They didn't even need that, right? They had a portrait. They had like a painting of him. The original the Jeffrey Jones actor, they had a painting of him at the wake. But they didn't even need a funeral. They didn't even need the backstory. They just, just say he died at the end and move forward. It's like they wasted so much time on dead dads in this movie. I don't even understand it.
Angie, on this show, we think we have better ideas than the people who make the movies. I pitched this to Jacob. He agreed. Yeah, we do. And this movie would have been way better if, say, Alec Baldwin and Gena Davis had to call Winona Ryder up, and she's living in another town doing her thing, and they're like, the juice is at it again, man. He's haunting us. Like their house is starting to, or a new family moves into that house, and Gena Davis is haunting them. That is there in that new family, and the juice takes over another young girl, and Winona Ryder has to come help her. That would have been. We didn't need the daughter.
No, not one bit. And especially when they open with the idea that Winona Ryder's basically, hosting a show on the Sci-Fi Channel, where she's like a paranormal conduit. I mean, what a perfect moment where you have a family in that Maitland Manor calling and saying, we've got a problem. And she's almost like this paranormal investigator. You didn't need the emo daughter. You didn't need the dead kid in the treehouse. You just didn't need it. Not to mention all of the other things, which I'm sure we'll get to. But you're absolutely right. I think we don't have a linear plot line, not one, in this entire film. No. And that's where it suffers.
It's like if you, me, Jacob, and MTD got into a room and we each had an idea for Beetlejuice and we incorporated it all into this movie. We're like, I like yours, Jacob. Let's go with it. We're going to have the dad die in a plane crash. Okay, that sounds good. And MTD's like, oh, there got to be a murder. Okay, we'll do that. It's just dumb. Like, this movie is so stupid. And Michael Keaton looks so old as Beetlejuice. Like, it's the Pee Wee Herman effect. Did you see the new Pee Wee that came out in 2016? You could see he was old. Oh my gosh. And I love Pee Wee Herman. We should do Big Top Pee Wee on here because it wasn't that good.
We should.
Yeah.
We should do that one. But that's what this movie suffers from. He looks old. Winona Ryder looks easily 55 years old in this movie. And I don't even think she's a great actress. I've never been a Winona Ryder fan. She's a one-note actress. She plays the same character all the time. I'm about to kill myself is what she acts like constantly. Or I'm better than you. Or the two. And
I can kill myself better than you.
Yeah, I can kill myself better than you. She's a topper. Much like MTD. I called MTD, told him about an 85-inch TV. He said now he's going to go buy a 98 just to top me and have a bigger television than me.
Right.
But as we get into this movie, she's at, what is she at? Like a girls' school? Is that where she's at?
The daughters,
daughter
yes.
is. Yeah, the same girls'
Yeah.
school that was in the original movie.
Right.
It was mentioned in there. They did pull some little threads through,
And-
so that was one of them.
Yeah.
Do we need the Justin Theroux character in this movie?
Oh, Rory,
Oh,
what's with the ponytail and the slick suit and oh my gosh, all the things. He's so gross in the movie.
Was he supposed to be the same? Was he supposed to be in the vein of the last guy in the last movie? The one that was like, this is, yeah. Is he supposed to be like him?
I think that's kind of what they were going for, like kind of that same vibe, but it didn't work. It didn't work.
It's insulting to the original because
Yes.
that guy in the original was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
This movie, and you know what? I don't care. He's a pedophile. He's acted in movies since that. He's a registered sex offender.
For our viewers, should we be clear and say we're talking about Jeffrey Jones, the actor from Ferris Bueller?
Not
the poor guy who passed away a few years ago.
Not that guy. Jeffrey Jones is a sex offender. He was in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think they should have killed the role totally. But if you're gonna bring him up, I think you got to have him in the movie. And he would have made this movie better. I got to be honest. You missed him because he was good in the original. Winona Ryder needed him in this movie to balance Catherine O'Hara, who is amazing in everything she does, but in this movie, not so much. I didn't like her in this movie, and she meets a fate that is anticlimactic. It's stupid.
Yeah, it really was stupid.
Like you said, bring Baldwin and Davis back and have them be kind of surrogate parents, which is how they kind of served Lydia in the first, in my opinion. They kind of became the parental figure she really didn't have. And yet I in thinking about the show and thinking about being on your show, I was doing a lot of reading, and apparently Tim Burton said they couldn't come on because there wasn't enough technology to adequately de-age them for camera. And I'm like, well, look what you didn't really adequately de-age anybody.
Right.
That's not true.
I agree.
Anybody that
sure they can.
Oh my gosh, anybody that's watched Ant-Man can see a young Michael Douglas who looks like Wall Street Douglas. It looks a little weird. You could see a young Tom Hanks in that new crapper here.
Yeah.
You could bring on Alec Baldwin. Make them old. Just say they've aged in the afterlife. They're just getting older.
Right.
It's your world. It's your movie. Do what you want.
Right.
You can do what you want. Yeah, you did do what you wanted.
He just didn't do anything good.
Correct.
He was like, of the main cast, he was like, let's bring back Catherine O'Hara. Let's bring back Winona Ryder, which you need. And let's bring back Michael Keaton.
Yep.
But of those three, Michael Keaton is the most important. But I think Gena Davis and Alec Baldwin and Jeffrey Jones are more important than Catherine O'Hara.
Yes.
Or even Winona Ryder to some extent. I mean, she was a teenage girl in that last movie. She's an old woman now.
I would agree. And Beetlejuice didn't even get all the screen time. It became more of like an equivalent of like the Sicklet young adult series, between Ortega's character and the dead kid from Murderous guy on the. What was that love story? We did not need that love plot.
That whole thing didn't. The funny thing is,
I'm a mom of a 17-year-old. I would never, in all of life, drop my kid off and not know where I'm dropping her and not meet the boy or the so-called parents and overlook that realtor sign that was apparently hidden by the bush and a murder house. Like, she's got to know better. Where's her sixth sense? Driving up to that house, she can't feel some bad juju. And she's like, no, go ahead. Go make out with this dead boy. Like, that was like, no, that's not legit. I can't do it.
Well,
sorry, I was mad at her as a mom.
You're fine.
If someone that talks to dead people, she should know.
She should know. But the funny thing about that is they play that whole thing off, right? And they go down that alleyway for like a 30-second payoff. Like, that storyline lasted about 10 seconds. Like, it was this big dramatic thing. He's trying to steal her soul so he can become alive again. And they thwart that in 10 seconds. And they're like, oh, done. See ya.
Yes.
You know what else they could have done in this movie that would have been hilarious, and it just hit me. Like, for one, the original, you love seeing the characters in the afterlife, right? Like, you got the smoker, you got Bob, but you got other characters.
Bob.
Yeah, there's a lot of Bob. But what would be hilarious is if Haley Joel Osment was in the afterlife sitting there, the kid from The Sixth Sense. You could get him now. And Beetlejuice is chatting with him. He's like, I used to see dead people, but now I am dead. And then that would just be a funny scene. And you'd be like, okay, this movie's goofy. It doesn't take it, but this movie takes itself way too seriously. It thinks it's a masterpiece. It does.
And there's no, your first clue to that is the freaking Italian animated montage. Like, what are we, Fellini? Like, what is this whole film sequence with Monica, what's her name, like Bellucci or something? I mean, her best scene was when she stapled herself back together. After that, I was done with her. And that whole side plot of the, what is it? Hell hath no fury like women scorned. She's coming back from the dead. She doesn't even come back until like the end, and then womp womp. Like, what was going on there?
The best part of this movie, and I wish they would have just ran with this, and this would have made the movie so much better, is they should have stuck with Bob and his friends, because Bob was the highlight of this movie.
Yes.
And they should have just done a montage of Bob and his friends tearing up the town, just enjoying life, just having a good old time. I would have watched that movie over this.
The Bobs were the best part for me.
The Bobs just living it up.
Just like an Office Space. The Bobs in Office Space. It's like a
Yeah, Bob was great, but I just want to throw this out. Beetlejuice, in the original movie, Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice only has 17 minutes of screen time. Okay. In this movie, he only has 17 minutes of screen time. They did that on purpose. That's why I was thinking. I looked it up. I'm like, because he wasn't in it much. Like
he was not.
There's not a lot of Beetlejuice, but I think that hurts the movie. I think you got to go 30 of an hour and 50 minutes. You get 17 minutes of Beetlejuice, which again,
the title promises at least twice as much.
You would think they would double it to 34 easily.
You think
34 is not that much. It seemed like it took forever to get to the juice in the movie.
It did.
Really did. And wow, the stuff I guess we'll wait if you want to talk about the protracted wedding cake lip syncing.
I was going to go there. I'm about to pull like one of our other hosts, Ashley. I was about to pull her move where I would tell you like, man, I only made it like 20 minutes into this movie and I was done, because that whole montage at the wedding and the lip singing, all that was horrendous.
Terrible.
Like, it was so bad. It was so dumb.
First of all,
it was.
I mean, they didn't even.
Are we talking about the ending scene? Are we talking about the end?
The wedding scene.
The MacArthur Park.
Oh my gosh! When they talk about,
rain.
Someone took the cake out in the rain, and I don't want to take it, but I look so on to make it.
And I'll never have that recipe again.
Yeah. Even though I could go on YouTube or online and find it.
It was over. I did time that.
You just lost 30 fans of movie torture right there. They're all just like, no.
That's right. This is audio torture now. Yeah, ears are bleeding all over. Ears are bleeding all over. But 4 minutes and 6 seconds is what I clocked that montage at, and that is far too much for
that is a lot.
Angie, are you telling me 4.5 minutes of? Okay, I know I just interrupted a great conversation, but my name is Brad, and you may be listening to me or any of the other talent we have on this network at Hopecast. We want to thank you for listening, but also we want you to like and subscribe to the show you're listening to. So, when you're done listening, go on the iTunes or the Spotify and leave a great review if you like it, and follow the show on Instagram and any other platforms that it's on. I think we're on TikTok, so follow us on TikTok. But make sure you leave us a review. We love good reviews here at the Hopecast Network. Now, I guess I'll let you get back to your show. What's up? Before you get to your episode, I have an announcement to make. My name is Brad. I host Work Advice for Me. And now I am getting a co-host, and I want you to meet her.
I'm Claire. You might have heard me on the Floor Recap Show on Reality Check with Brad and Heidi. And I am so excited that Hopecast wanted some new talent to co-host with Brad, and they brought me on. So make sure that you download Work Advice for Me, and make sure you tune in to our episode November 5th. And we can't wait to have you join us.
Yes, November 5th, we will be live, and you can watch us on YouTube. So stay tuned and follow us if you haven't followed us. We'll see you on the Hopecast Network. Beetlejuice's 17 minutes
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
was
That's what I'm telling you.
wasted on him singing MacArthur Park.
That's what I'm telling you. Isn't that redonkulous? That should make you more angry. I'm sorry that I had to do that to you.
MTD,
Yeah.
how does that make you feel? You have wasted 0 minutes watching this movie, but what do you think about that? 4.5 MacArthur Park, not even a great song, by the way. It's kind of stupid. And I would rather them sing like a montage song of like fun and upbeat,
Anything.
like anything. Like
Well, like in the original, right? The Banana Boat song in the original was
Yeah.
fun, upbeat, plucky calypso.
Yeah.
Bring in another calypso song. What the heck was that? Just dying disco song. Bad.
it made zero sense. And they could have sang a Thriller, Michael Jackson's. I don't know if they could do Michael Jackson though. I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Nah.
pretty much like a Jeffrey Jones too. But yeah, it's just, I didn't 4.5 minutes of his 17. So going into the last scene, he had only been in the movie 13 minutes.
And let's not
Yeah.
forget,
Yes,
if that time that you're talking about also included his backstory montage.
that's right.
He was the grave robber with no dialogue. What's that about? He's a grave robber. I definitely didn't expect that. Like, we needed something, I thought,
Right.
more thrilling. I think it included that as well. So that takes more of him away from there, which is kind of crazy.
Who has cared anything? Who has given two craps about Beetlejuice's love life? I never worried. I never wondered. I didn't care.
It's chewed me up for 30 years. I'm glad it was answered.
I would rather have seen the movie. Should have started out with what has Beetlejuice been doing for the last 38 years. That would have been funny, and we get to see. We can see time go like, well, now it's the 90s, and he's doing it. Now he's got a cell phone, and he's like, you see him changing with the times.
Yes.
You see him moving up in the company. Like originally he was where the Bobs were. Like, so he's just been working his way up and he gets promoted and now he's in charge and just living life. And yeah.
I kind of honestly, I am a little surprised that they didn't take advantage of the Me Too movement with this, because I mean, he was the poster boy for sexual harassment in the original. And in this one, they really didn't pull back from that very much. I thought it would have been interesting to see him, like on trial, for sexual harassment.
He wasn't trying to hook up with Gena Ortega though, was he? No.
But he was still just gross. I mean, the whole baby scene, that baby Beetlejuice, like,
that was
weird.
Those were gross moments. But yeah, he was a cat.
He could have been a modern Angie. He could have said, "I'm Bitcoin juice now. I'm Bitcoin." He could be modern guy. He's just in Bitcoin, baby. Like, he could have like a whole new city built. It's like huge.
Ethereum juice. Yeah,
he could.
Funny. That's funny.
The other person we have not talked about in this movie that made no sense either.
Oh my gosh! I know where you're going.
Was the actor cop in his goon squad of police officers?
You mean Two-Face from Batman Returns?
Yes.
Every time I saw him, all I could see was Tommy Lee Jones in Batman Returns. I go, that is Two-Face.
Yeah.
Why is Two-Face? That is making no sense to me. Yes, I agree completely. What the heck?
It was stupid. Because he's an actor, he's now a detective in the afterlife.
As an actor.
So does that mean your job, Angie? You go to the afterlife. You're doing you're professing there. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean,
that's what you're doing.
So dumb. If I'm a garbage man, why would I want to be a garbage man in the afterlife? I feel like there's some jobs you'd want to do, but not all. And this guy's, I pretended to be a detective, so I'm gonna. Does that mean Ashley, who has been in movies, like she's been in like a movie with Nicolas Cage, is she gonna be a waitress in the afterlife? Like, what's the deal? She is. Oh my god! I played an actress, so I'm gonna be an actress.
She's now. Exactly.
The original, the joke was that in the afterlife you become a civil servant, right? Wasn't that one of the one-liner jokes from the original? And so when you look at the jobs in the afterlife, they are all full of bureaucracy and civil service. And I think that's just another take on it. He's serving and protecting, I suppose. But
It's true.
it was just a caricature. It was, and why? Like, what did he add to anything? It was weird to me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's a big name. It's great. Brad Pitt's also attached to the project. He's a big name that I was like, I don't know what that was all about. But
he's a scumbag too, by the way. We'll go ahead. I mean, he's a skis. And he's an abuser too. So we don't really see, they'll let him be attached, Jacob. But they won't let Jeffrey Jones. Only because one has been found guilty and the other is a handsome guy like Brad Pitt, right? Who has money. There's a big difference. Laura says, in the afterlife, Ashley has to finish all the movies she skipped out on. I do like that.
She has to rewatch all the tortured movies.
Oh my gosh. But Angie, why are we watching a Juice movie where he's not the bad guy and he's not the guy causing the mayhem? It's the Joker 2 problem. It's the Joker 2.
Beetlejuice. There, I did it 3 in a row. I'm trying to get him here so he can defend his role. I don't know if he's going to pop in or not. I'm tempting fate. I really don't know. I don't know what the choice was there. I think what happened is you've got a script that, ostensibly, according to reports, had been in production since like 2012 or something, early in 2000s. And honestly, I think it suffered from that much time. I think it was worked and reworked and overworked and added to and glommed onto. It's like that art project where you just can't leave it alone and you just keep saying, I'm just going to put a little something else here and I'm going to put a little something there. And before you know it, it's like a Rorschach test and Jackson Pollock had a baby and you're like, well, it's a masterpiece. I know. I disagree. And then there were some basic little flaws. If you're going to do that, you've got to be faithful to the original and the fans. What's his face? Jeremy the Dead Kid. He didn't even draw, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, America, but he did not draw a doorknob on his door to the afterlife. And if you remember in the first one, that was the one thing that Adam had to do. He had to draw the door and then do the knob so he could open it. Jeremy didn't have a knob. And then
why did he have to do that?
I don't know. It's just a little weird.
And Beetlejuice broke in.
Goulet in this either, by the way. I just have to say, I'm a big Robert Goulet fan from back in the day. The poor guy, I think he died in the early 2000s. He also wasn't in this one.
Yeah, they missed that.
Beetlejuice broke into the afterlife with drawing a bomb on the wall, and that's apparently how also you can get into the afterlife.
Yeah, there you
go. Michael Keaton earned less than $1 million for the first one to be in it. It doesn't say what he made for Beetlejuice. I would suspect $20 million easy, because he had Warner Brothers behind the barrel. If he doesn't come back, they cannot make this sequel.
100%. Right. So and yet, 10 minutes of screen time, really,
17.
With actual dialogue.
Yeah.
If we said, taking away the dance sequence, you're right. That's a big payday.
Oh my gosh, what would you have demanded, Angie? I feel like I would have looked at Warner Brothers and said, I want $20 million and I want 5% of royalties from this movie for the rest of my life.
I absolutely would ask for more. I would have asked for more, and not because I'm greedy. I would ask for more because they have it to give. I'd say, Brad's going to take less. Danny DeVito's going to take less. Like Tim Burton's going to take less. I want more, and I'm going to donate that money to I don't know, maybe reptile and amphibian rescue, because there were a lot of interesting, that the asps were really maligned in this film. The piranhas, the shark that bit the surfer in half. I mean, there was a lot of, I think, animals getting a bad rap in this movie. I'd like to see those. I'm a big softie for animal rights and education. That's what I do.
They did bring back the sand snake. They brought that back.
They did.
They're going to give us that. We need that moment.
Which again, with the sand snake, real quick, you have this big, powerful witch person, soul sucker, who is unstoppable, except for the sandworm, who can take her out in 2.5 seconds, so we can move the movie along.
Yeah, they're like, we got to get rid of this girl. We didn't even want to add her in here, but Monica Bellucci's a name, so she'll look good on the. It's Tim Burtoning, right? Like,
yes.
Kevin, our friend Kevin, who will be joining the show, hosts another podcast, Food Film. Is it Food Film? Film Food? He's on the floor. He made it to the last night of the floor. Fast Food Film, yeah. He likes Beetlejuice too, so I've got a bone to pick with him when he does show up. But he says Tim Burton does great stuff even today. I disagree. I don't think Tim Burton has made good movies in probably 25 years because they gave him too much money and too much power, and he quit doing stuff like Frankenweenie and Edward Scissorhands.
Scissorhands, yes.
Yeah.
And Sleepy Hollow was getting near the end of good Tim Burton. And that was a good movie. And it had Jeffrey Jones, who was in a lot of Tim Burton stuff.
He was.
If you're Jeffrey Jones, you're like, why was I in this movie?
Yeah, I think you have to be hungry. I think to be a good creative person, you have to be hungry. I think to be a good artist, I mean, I don't say starving artist is a good thing. I think people should be able to make a living. But I think you need to be hungry to be your best. I think when you rest on your laurels and you're just going to sit back and you're given a blank check to basically go on a bad acid trip and then turn it into a film, I think that is setting a bad standard. I think putting these big dollar signs in front of people to just churn out, like you're saying, these legacy reboots and whatnot. I think we're seeing the result, which is just bad writing, poor plot lines, and no character development. I mean, all the good stuff that you need for a story is just missing in this, unfortunately. And I really wanted more. I really did.
Okay, Angie, Jacob, I'm going to read some Burton movies, and you say yes or no if you like them.
Okay.
This is post Sleepy Hollow 1999. I'm going after that. Planet of the Apes.
Liked it.
No.
Big Fish. I like that movie.
Yeah, liked it.
It was pretty good. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Liked it.
No.
I thought Johnny Depp was great in that. I really did.
He's creepy too. Corpse Bride.
No.
Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. I did like that one.
I did like that one.
Johnny Depp
that was a good one.
It was good.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
The first one.
Oh, it was so good. I thought it was so good. You had Alan Rickman in that. You had Helena Bonham Carter in that. Yeah, I mean, I think you had some big names that really, really pulled off their characters. And there was a plot I could follow. Now, to be fair, it was Lewis Carroll's plot. It wasn't Tim Burton's writing, so that helped.
Yeah. Dark Shadows.
No.
Frankenweenie. No.
Yeah, it was cute.
He wasn't. Big Eyes. Never saw that.
Never saw it.
Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children.
I couldn't get through it.
No, that looks stupid.
I turned that off.
Dumbo.
No.
That's it. And then Beetlejuice. This is the first movie he's directed in the theater in 5 years.
No.
And what has he got coming up? Let's see. He's got Attack of the 50-Foot Woman in development. Yeah, retirement. But wait. Now I'm going to go backwards because this is a fun game. We should do this every now and then with big directors.
I like this, actually. This is great.
Okay, I'm going to go backwards now. Before Sleepy Hollow. Okay, let's go Sleepy Hollow. Yes or no?
Yeah, I like that one.
I liked it. Mars Attacks.
No.
It was quirky.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was quirky.
I couldn't watch it. It was too much for me.
Ed Wood. I thought Ed Wood was probably one of his best movies.
I didn't see it.
It was great. Good. It was good, Jacob. Batman Returns. Great.
That's the Two-Face thing. I totally saw that. And you just resurrected that for this. But yeah.
Edward Scissorhands. Excellent.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yep.
Batman. Excellent.
Yep.
Beetlejuice. Excellent. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Excellent. I mean, there is definitely a divide.
Yeah.
This guy in 3 years had Beetlejuice, Batman, Edward Scissorhands. I mean, that's like a triple play right there, man.
That is.
Yeah. He had a blank check in Hollywood at that point, I think. He just...
But little did we know, Angie, that those 3 movies were going to give us one day Dumbo. Because he gets to direct that stuff because he has it.
I want to make sure I'm remembering. Is that the one with Ray Liotta?
Dumbo?
Yeah.
Let me look. I never saw it.
Dumbo Drop. Operation Dumbo Drop.
Oh, that wasn't. No, this is Dumbo, the actual movie, Dumbo.
With the elephant and the ears.
Yeah, the Disney movie because he started.
I think Operation Dumbo Drop. Never mind.
That has Danny DeVito in it.
Not a
it does.
Michael Keaton. These guys come back to Tim Burton like he's, Martin Scorsese or something, man. I'd be like, nah, I'm good, Tim. You give me. Will there be an Edward Scissorhands 2? I can see this coming, man.
At this point, yes.
I
it's
can
probably
see
in production. We just haven't heard about it.
Oh my god! I don't know though. They've Me Too Johnny Depp,
this
right?
Is good. And instead of Edward Scissorhands, the second one's going to be called Edward's Rusted Hands.
Edward's rusty.
Edward's
rusty shears.
Right.
Edward's
long shears.
Like in Grandpa's shed. Yeah, no, I actually believe he was pretty much acquitted from the Me Too garbage. I was out in Virginia during that trial when they were in Fairfax County with Amber Heard, and she was basically, I think, determined to be a little bat poop cuckoo, and I think he was vindicated for most of that. Not to say that he probably hasn't acted badly, as I think a lot of people have, but he's certainly not a predator or anyone that I think has a bad reputation in Hollywood from what I've heard. But
sure,
I do like him as an actor. I think he's just, who knew he'd come so far after 21 Jump Street? Like, who knew?
But Hollywood's still not giving him gigs. I mean, he might be vindicated. Do you think? We've never talked about Amber Turd on here. Do you think
the poop in the shoe? That was just gross.
Do you think she put the poop in the sheets?
Yeah,
her poop.
I think she's crazy.
I think 100%.
Crazy.
100%.
Now, I'm not saying he'd be easy to live with. To be fair, honestly, in Beetlejuice, I'll say here's a plot problem from the first one. I'm going to say, having rewatched it recently. Gena Davis, I don't know why she was so in love with a guy who clearly spent more time making that model than making love to her. I mean, this is a guy whose entire life seemed to be dedicated to that attic space. And I'm like, what is the swoon worthiness? I mean, to be fair, Alec Baldwin is kind of a celebrity crush of mine, but I couldn't get over that. I was like, he spends way too much time with those little models. I'd be like, that is a red flag. Like, get out of that relationship. Just saying.
And Angie, you're talking prime Gena Davis. She in 1988 was a solid 10 on the 10 scale. I mean, she was a smoke. That's my word. She's a smoke show. I mean, she's older now. I mean, Kathleen Turner was a smoke show in the 80s, but she's just older now. But you're right. He spent more time diddling the trains in the town than he did wanting to hang out with the wife. Really weird.
Yep.
It is a good plot. I've never thought about that.
Because I think in a sense she was saved. She could have either had a long protracted death of basically being the other woman to this attic, diorama fetish he had, or she could just, go off the covered bridge into the water and, have that happen. It was probably for the best. Although, I hate to say it was sad and all, but I think a long marriage to that would have been worse.
Where did he learn how to make those miniatures in the town? That's what I want to know. Like, he was so fascinating.
That's the backstory we wanted.
I know.
That's right.
That's what I would do.
What if he was taught woodworking from MTD, Jacob?
That's his other side gig.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna build a building over here. This is a building. You know how to do this, don't you? And he's like, I'm gonna learn. And she's like, baby, come hang out. And he's like, I'm hanging out with MTD over here. He's teaching me how to build a building.
Boy, he's like, go over here and teach him how to use a saw.
Yeah. Did someone say jigsaw? He's the Bob Vila of movie torture. He's building things.
Real quick, we have to wrap up this worst part of this movie because Angie touched on it about little baby Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
So they go on this whole montage of now that everything's been solved, everything is fine. Because I have a big question. That's why I want to lead up to here. And so they show her and the mom just having a grand old time. They're visiting. They're going to all these places. She ends up meeting a fella out on this thing. They get married. She has a baby. Baby comes out. It's a little crazy little baby Beetlejuice, which is the creepiest thing I've ever seen. But then the mom wakes up in the bed. Like it never happened. So was the whole movie just a dream?
Oh, you mean like a St. Elsewhere moment? Like with a snow globe where everything took place in the snow globe? Maybe
because she gets up at the very end of the movie. She wakes up out of bed. She has a nightmare like Beetlejuice is in bed with her. Yeah. And then she wakes up, and then it's like, okay, so was this whole movie basically in her head?
It's a great question.
Well, I mean, they're definitely they're definitely making Beetlejuice, right? So I guess we'll find out. But they are green lighting that. They got to do it before Michael Keaton dies, though.
They left it open for a sequel. I'm trying to think, Jacob. Now that you said that, I'm trying to think. Was there any evidence that it wasn't? I mean, it was certainly crazy enough to be a dream sequence, right? I mean, the whole wedding cake montage and all of that, and
all that stuff.
The soul train. Everybody get on the soul train.
And then she just wakes up.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Ooh, Tim Burton says he has doubts Beetlejuice 3 will happen, and he'd be over 100 by the time it was made if the same time frame applied. Oh, come on, man. We don't want to see the time. He also said he wasn't personally interested in making another Beetlejuice movie. So
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Tim Burton. We're not interested in you in making another Beetlejuice movie.
No, we're not. I just didn't think this was a Beetlejuice movie. I felt it was a movie with a Beetlejuice cameo, and that's about it.
Yeah.
It let me down.
This was Wednesday Addams, the movie, with Beetlejuice showing up in that world.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what this was. This was not a Beetlejuice movie.
It would have been more interesting. What if Beetlejuice had turned out to be Ortega's real dad?
That would have been funny.
Because remember, I'm just saying, if you were going to bring back a dad, that would have been a way to pull it off.
They have this little montage that her Winona Ryder's character. They have a montage that everybody thought she hated Beetlejuice and didn't want to get with him, but they had a little fling for a while, and then things just didn't work out. And
he can be charming, and
right. So she ends up having his kid. That would have been epic.
I keep going back to this though. They didn't bring back Jeffrey Jones, but in the original, Beetlejuice was a creepy and pedophile, right? Because he was trying to hook up with 15-year-old Lydia.
Yes, he was.
So, he's a skis. He's a skis.
He wanted to marry her.
Total skis.
Yeah.
But they won't bring back Jeffrey Jones. I don't understand that.
A fictional pedophile is preferable to a real-life pedophile, Brad.
I guess. But there's so many bad people in Hollywood. All you got to do is listen to Kristen Burt, our Hopecast entertainment reporter from Hollywood, in the episode with me where she talks about Brad Pitt and the truth about Brad Pitt. It just blows my mind that we couldn't get 5 minutes of Jeffrey Jones. So yeah, Lydia was a child. Laura's right. Lydia goes, but Lydia was a child. She was. That's why they should have made him want to hook up with Gena Ortega, man. I don't know why they didn't. I might as well. Maybe Michael Keaton.
You could have started this like Angie said from the beginning, like the whole Me Too movement, and Beetlejuice is actually giving an apology letter to the underworld for his behavior.
That would have been hilarious.
And they Me Too me. A Harvey Weinstein lookalike is down there, and he's sitting on the bench with them, and he's just like, Me Too. You did it too, yeah, me too. Something like that.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. Oh my gosh, so many. The problem with this movie is it took itself so seriously, and if it would have had what we did, funny little bits of like Harvey Weinstein and Haley Joel Osment down there, it would have been. We would all be sitting here going, "I love how this movie is like it knows what it is. It's very self-aware."
It lacked. It could have had some self-awareness that just wasn't there. But I think the best line of the night is you saying it took itself too seriously, and we clocked a 4-minute 30-second ridiculous lip sync to MacArthur Park around a cake with Two-Face and Monica Bellucci and people floating in the air dancing. I mean, and yet, Burton took himself too seriously. I think that sums up the film right there. It was just too much.
But I think he made that scene thinking it was a hit. Like this was going to just be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And not so much.
Well, we're in worst of the year, and this is kicking off worst of the year month.
It is.
And this movie dropped in September. I think it came out Labor Day of 2024.
Yep.
So it made a killing. I mean, it like I said, they backed that Brinks truck up. But Jacob, do you have any bad reviews for this movie? MTD has been patiently waiting on the reviews.
So I have this one bad review from a person named Bailey. She said, "I should have just walked out, bro." Another review by Mason. Was this really necessary? The answer to that question is no. No, it was not. And then I have one more here. Where to go? It's up a little bit. This is from his name is Stinger. This says no. No, thank you. I'm good on that. Revert me back to the timeline when movies weren't embarrassing.
Yep.
So hard pass. Those are some of the bad ones.
I'll tell you, just a fun fact. The last movie I paid to see in the theater before this was the last in the Toy Story series. I do not normally pay to go to movies. I pay enough for streaming, and they're usually streaming quickly enough that I catch up. But I went on a date with my person. Mike and I had a real live date for the first time in ever, and we went to the movies, and we picked this. And the only thing that kept me in the theater was the unlimited popcorn, the reclining seats, and like a pop that was like this big so that if I stood up, my bladder was going to burst anyway. So I kind of had to just stay in place. That's what kept me in the movie. That's the only reason I made it through. Reclining seats in a nice theater.
Oh my
God!
I
paid $20 for this thing.
I got some 5-star reviews here, Angie.
You do not. 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10 stars.
I usually do Amazon, but I'm doing IMDb tonight because this movie is so new. And Angie, when you're on here more, and we do older movies, I do Amazon reviews, and people still review these movies. Inevitably, Jacob, it never fails. I will find one within a few months. I'm like, who are these idiots that are reviewing
sometimes
movies
within
25
weeks.
years? Within weeks.
Wow.
Okay,
hit me. What do you got?
This one is from Kaya Troni, a 9 out of 10, which is amazing. So let me start by saying a couple words. I want more. Said no one ever. They nailed this movie. I had the right amount of homage mixed with the new characters. It had a new story and a new perspective of a loving evil demon. We all love Beetlejuice. This movie was incredible. Oh my gosh. That person. I would not want to watch a movie with her. I just wouldn't. Nicholas Roop writes, great sequel. For some reason, people are review bombing this film. I don't know why. This was a competent and clever sequel that lives up to its predecessor in almost every way. Did Kevin write that? I wonder if Kevin wrote that.
It sounds like a Kevin review.
It's got to be a Kevin review. Beetlejuice, Andrea Scaloni writes, 36 years after the events of Beetlejuice, the Dietz family returns, and after Charles' unexpected death, life turned upside down. Willem Dafoe and Catherine O'Hara are very funny. Michael Keaton fits perfectly again in his character, and Jenna Ortega and Winona Ryder are magnificent. The sequel has a more complex plot and shows off more strange and interesting characters for the story. Beetlejuice is worth the wait. Go see it in a theater.
Wow.
I would not want to watch a movie with her.
I've heard about these bots, these like review bots that Amazon screens for. I had no idea they were also doing film reviews. That they can go to that level.
There's that. These people, obviously, I'm going to chalk it up to the Kevin problem. They did not grow up with Beetlejuice, the OG.
Right.
So when you watch this, if none of us had ever seen the OG Beetlejuice, and this was the original Beetlejuice, I feel like we would have found this a quirky, weird movie that we probably wouldn't watch again, but we wouldn't be saying it's total garbage.
Sure.
Because we had nothing to base it on. But the fact that Kevin wasn't living when Beetlejuice was popular.
That's true.
So I give him some grace there. And I give these people grace because they're probably not old.
Laura in the chat said that's a no for me, dog. That's her review.
That's a no for me, dog.
I don't even know. I think you're full of grace. You're a good egg, Brad. I gotta say that the film didn't even hold together. I thought to myself, well, what if I never saw the original? Could I just enjoy it for what this is? And there's just too many holes and things I'd be asked. I left with more questions than any amount of answers that could make it, full circle entertainment for me. I don't know if I would have sat through it on a one-off either.
I didn't want to sit. I'm with you. Was Michael Keaton top billed in this movie?
Now, that's a great question. You mean like on the poster? I think the Bobs should have been top billing.
Oh, Bob should
have been.
Yes. For just the Bobs, honestly.
when they do the credits at the beginning, is it Michael Keaton is Beetlejuice, and then it shows Winona Ryder, and there's no way he could be top billed. It has to be everybody, and then at the end it goes and Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. It to be that way, right? Featuring in a cameo.
Yeah.
Cameo performance.
Maybe because they were really pushing the Michael Keaton thing. I think that was their big push for the movie.
Yeah, is that we got it? Like we did it.
Right.
MTD is leaving, and he's cutting out. So I guess thank you, MTD. I gotta go. I gotta go train voice now. He's working. He's gonna go do some woodworking for Alec Baldwin.
He's gonna go whittle.
He's not gonna load any guns for Alec Baldwin. That's for sure. It's like, I did not work on that set. That's what he's saying. With that, Angie, movie torture, movie gold.
Oh, movie torture. I can't. Is there anything Is there anything lower?
Nah.
Movie torture.
That's it. Dog.
Jacob, movie torture, movie gold.
100% without a doubt. Movie torture. Garbage.
Yeah. I'm going to go movie torture. This movie, I will predict, this movie is not the worst movie we're going to watch in the month of January for worst of the year.
That's true.
But this movie is easily top 10 biggest letdown movies of my lifetime.
Yes.
Because I salivated for this movie, and
agreed.
I wanted it, and this is what we got. We
like
got a hot, steaming turd.
Yes.
A big old turd.
It's like when your parents say, I'm not
that
angry.
Won't flush.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, it's like a floating.
That's the feeling I get. I'm not angry, Tim. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Like, I can't punish you, Tim Burton, but I'm just disappointed in you don't care anymore, and it's obvious you don't care. He needs to go back and start caring again. Start making movies on a $5 million budget.
Yep.
And do some artsy fartsy movies for Netflix and get back in the game, man. Get out of the theater, get into Netflix. Do something, but get the heck out of Beetlejuice, man. No more. We don't want to see this crap. Please do not bring it back to the screen.
Don't say Beetlejuice 3 times, otherwise we're getting a third movie.
Oh my gosh. I'm waiting on it. Kevin's excited, I'm sure. He's like, get more Beetlejuice. Anyway, Angie, you've had a great first experience. We love you on here. Can't wait to have you back. Yeah.
Good time.
Jacob, always good seeing you. My name is Brad. We'll see you next week during the worst of 2024 in 2025 on Movie Torture.